Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So if you are planning a career in project management, at some point you might be thinking that I should go for the PMP certification, right? Now that's natural because PMP is probably the most valued certification when it comes to project management across the globe. However, see guys, it's important for you to understand that the PMP certification is not the only way to build a successful career in project management. Now, depending on your skills, your industry, location, and even your career goals, there are other certifications which might actually be a better fit for you rather than the PMP. So in today's video, I'll walk you through the 4 alternatives to the PMP certification that you must know before making any decision. And believe me, the 4th one is something which most people don't even consider, but it can make a huge impact if you apply it properly in your career aspirations or your career planning. And also, if you're wondering that who is this random guy on YouTube, I am Ray and I'm a PMP and a Prince2 certified project manager with over 15 years of experience in project management. Now, apart from my full-time role as a program manager in the UK, I coach and mentor aspiring project managers to excel in their profession. And I've been doing this for more than 5 years now. So stay with me till the end, and I'm pretty sure this will give you a lot more clarity on how to choose the right certification for your project management career. Okay, so give this video a like and let's get the discussion started. Right, so let's start with the first alternative, the Certified Associate in Project Management, or what we call as the CAPM certification. Now look guys, CAPM is offered by PMI, or the Project Management Institute, and it's the same organization that awards the PMP certification. However, here is something you need to understand clearly when it comes to this certification. CAPM is specifically designed for people who are new to project management, or they are planning to switch to a project management role from a totally different domain, okay? Now in terms of eligibility, the CAPM is quite beginner friendly, okay? You need a secondary degree, that's basically your high school diploma or equivalent, and 23 hours of formal project management education or training. Now, if you do not have any knowledge about project management, or you sort of need like a refresher whilst you are preparing for your CAPM certification, you can check out these 2 courses from my Udemy instructor portfolio. My 16 PDU Project Management Basics course, along with the 9 PDU Earned Value Management course on Udemy, can really help you to get the required 23 hours of project management learning to meet the eligibility criteria for the CAPM exam. Now, cost-wise, the CAPM exam fee is approximately $225 for PMI members and about $300 for non-members. And as of today, when I'm shooting this video, these are the current market prices. Now, in terms of the fit, CAPM is perfect if you are targeting roles like, let's say, the project coordinator, or junior project manager, or project support officer, or a PMO analyst, okay, across different industries such as IT, construction, finance, healthcare, education, and so on, okay? So that way it is quite versatile. However, remember one thing, okay? CAPM is a quite early stage certification in your project management career. You still need to build real project experience over time if you want to eventually grow into a full-fledged project management role and move on to more advanced level certifications. Alright, now let's move on to the second option, which is the Prince2 certification suite. And this one is quite different in its entire structure when it compares to the CAPM. Okay, so let me explain. Now look guys, while CAPM validates your basic understanding of project management as per the PMBOK or the project management body of knowledge, the Prince2 certification focus revolves around an entirely different body of knowledge in project management, which is called projects in controlled environments. And that is what Prince in Prince2 actually means. So Prince2 is one of the most widely used project management methods, especially in the UK, Europe, Australia, and the Scandinavian countries. Now, within the Prince2 suite, there are two levels of certifications, okay? The Prince2 Foundation and the Prince2 Practitioner. The foundation level, as you have rightly guessed, is about understanding the key principles, practices, and the processes of Prince2 as a methodology. And on the other side of the spectrum, the practitioner level goes deeper into the application part of it, and it checks if you can actually apply Prince2 in real world project scenarios, okay? So if you are a beginner level PM, you should go for the Prince2 Foundation, and for the advanced levels project manager, it's the Prince2 Practitioner. Now, in terms of the eligibility, there is no formal prerequisite for the foundation level of the Prince2 exam. Literally anyone can write the foundation exam after attending a foundation level training on the exam syllabus. However, to appear for the practitioner exam, you must have cleared the foundation level of Prince2 first. Now, speaking about the cost, the Prince2 Foundation exam typically costs you around $400 and the practitioner exam may cost about $600 or maybe slightly more, depending on the country where you are taking it. Now, in terms of the fit, guys, Prince2 is solely for professionals working in structured and, let's say, sort of hierarchical industries like government projects, civil services, construction, defense, manufacturing, and healthcare systems. Basically any environment where projects are large, they are complex, and they require a highly process-driven approach rather than a flexible or agile approach, right? Now, in addition to this, Prince2 is even more relevant for you if you are based out of one of these countries as we discussed earlier. However, if you are working in dynamic environments like, let's say, startups or product companies, okay, or let's say agile or scrum teams, Prince2 might not always match the style of the projects that you would be managing. So again, Prince2 is a great alternative to the PMP certification. However, you need to decide based on the nature of your target industry, country of residence, and of course, how projects are typically run within your organization. Alright, now let's move on to the third alternative, okay? And this is a pretty different one. Now, often I get asked by my students that should I go for the PMP if I am working in IT or, let's say, software development? Or let's say, should I still follow the traditional project management approach if I am in a product company or, let's say, a software startup, okay? Now look guys, if you are in industries like, let's say, the IT or product management, software delivery, cybersecurity, or even startups, Agile or Scrum frameworks are often much more relevant for you compared to traditional waterfall project management frameworks, right? Now, in that case, the Certified Scrum Master or the CSM certification by Scrum Alliance could be a smarter move for your career rather than the PMP. The eligibility of CSM is very simple. You need to attend a 2-day training conducted by a Scrum certified trainer and then pass a test online. Costs can vary between $500 to $750 depending on the trainer and the location. Okay, this is the same logic as we talked about the Prince2 certification. So please check with your local training providers for more details regarding the price of the CSM certification and what kind of, let's say, training workshops they organize, because typically for CSM certification, the actual exam happens right after the training module is complete. Now, a bonus tip for all of you. CSM gives you a strong understanding of Scrum at a team level, okay? However, if you are a mid-senior level project professional and you are already managing multiple teams or looking at scaling the agile part of the delivery, then you should definitely think about the PMI-ACP or the Agile Certified Practitioner certification. It covers multiple agile frameworks such as the Scrum, Kanban, Lean, XP, etc., which gives you a much broader leadership capability and a solid understanding of agile practices across the organization. Okay, so if we sort of juxtapose these two certifications side by side, while CSM works brilliantly for Scrum Master or Agile Facilitator roles at a team level, the PMI-ACP prepares you for roles like the Agile Project Manager, Delivery Manager, or even a Program Manager in large software development enterprises. Again, cost-wise, PMI-ACP is around $495 for non-members, and it is $435 for PMI members. Alright guys, now let's move on to the final alternative to the PMP certification, and as I said earlier that this one is a bit of a special case, okay, and often it's missed by a lot of individuals or working professionals, but it could be a game changer for you, and that is the Six Sigma certification suite. Now, Six Sigma is not about managing full construction or electrical or mechanical projects, okay. Also, Six Sigma is not about leading, like let's say, big Scrum teams in product management. Instead, the Six Sigma specializes in driving process improvements, or let's say reducing defects and increasing operational efficiency via running a razor-focused project on parts of your supply chain operations. Okay. Now, if you want to step into manufacturing, healthcare, logistics, banking and finance, supply chain, etc., Six Sigma can add real weight to your profile, provided the role you are in is a process improvement or a continuous improvement role. Most people start with the Six Sigma Green Belt, and it's enough to show that you can lead small process improvement initiatives within an organization and sustain them with the help from a certified Six Sigma Black Belt, okay? And obviously the next level is the Six Sigma Black Belt, which provides you with the capability of leading such quality improvement or continuous improvement projects independently across any part of a supply chain. Now, regarding the fee of the Six Sigma certification, depending on where you are taking it from, you are looking at somewhere around $200 to $600 for the Green Belt, and between, let's say, $700 to $1,000 for the Black Belt certification. Okay. However, coming from a different angle, if you are planning a career in IT, digital products, startup, or even tech-driven environments which specifically focuses on product development, honestly, the Six Sigma is not something that you would usually need, okay? In such scenarios, you will be better off focusing on agile frameworks or leadership-oriented project management certifications, let's say the PGMP or the PFMP, okay? And that wraps up the fourth alternative to the PMP certification, which is the Six Sigma suite. And this has a very special use case, and it is extremely powerful if it is chosen correctly by you as a professional in the relevant industry. Thank you for watching, guys, and as I mentioned earlier, if you are considering the CAPM certification and you need to meet the 23-hour education and training requirement, you can check out my 16 PDU Project Basics course along with the 9 PDU Earned Value Management course on Udemy. I'll leave the links below for you to explore if you want to. Student feedback has been excellent for both of these courses. Also, let me know in the comments which certification you are preparing and planning for your next career move, okay? Or let's say if you are confused between two options, post that as well, okay? And I'll be very happy to guide you. If you found today's video useful, guys, please press the like button, share and subscribe to this channel. It helps this content reach to a lot more learners and junior project professionals who are serious about building a solid career in project management. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video.